The TEXTJOIN function in Excel provides a powerful way to combine text from multiple cells. What makes TEXTJOIN different to CONCAT is that you can include a character or characters between each item, and these are known as delimiters. For example, here I've combined my first name, surname and location, which are in separate cells, into a single cell with a comma and space between each item. The comma space is the delimiter. I've got two formulas that give the same result. The formula in E1 references the individual cells A1, B1, C1, and the formula in E2 references the range A1 to C1. Another benefit of TEXTJOIN is that it can handle empty cells. Here I have a list of Apple products, and as you can see, not every item has a value in column B. Combining the cells using CONCAT results in additional spaces. However, with TEXTJOIN, you can tell Excel to ignore those empty cells. In this video, I'll show you several cool tricks using the TEXTJOIN function. First, I'll combine the values from multiple cells into a single cell and have each item on a separate line. Then I'll combine the values from multiple cells into a single cell and have each item separated with a tab. And finally, I'll show you how to use multiple delimiters in the same formula. If you want to follow along, you can download a copy of the practice file from the link in the description below. Here I have a list of clients, and as you can see, not everybody has a middle name and not everybody has an address too. What I want to do here is for each person combine the name and address into a single cell. And within that cell, I want the name to be on one line and each element of the address to be on a line of its own, with no blank lines. I'm going to start by inserting a column at column D, and then in the blank column, I'm going to combine the three elements of the name. And I'm going to use TEXTJOIN for that. So equals TEXTJOIN, open brackets. The delimiter is going to be a space, which goes in double quotes, comma. I want to ignore the empty cells, so select true, comma, and the three items I want to combine together are A, B, and C on row 2. Close the brackets and enter. And then copy that down. And once I've copied that down for all the rows, I'm going to copy all of those names and I'm going to paste values. And that way I'm replacing the formulas with the results of the formulas. And then select the three name columns, delete them, and put a heading of name into A1. I want to do the combining of the data on each row and put it on another sheet on TEXTJOIN 3B. So I'm going to start in A2. I'm actually going to make column A wider. So I'm going to start on A2 and put equals TEXTJOIN. The delimiter between each item is a new line. How do I put a new line in? I use CHAR open brackets 10 closing brackets. So that's a code that means new line. Then a comma. I want to ignore any empty cells, so that's true, comma, and then the items that I want to join together are from TEXTJOIN 3A, and it's A, B, C, D, E, and F. And close brackets and enter. Now, where are the new lines? Why isn't each item on a new line? Well, that's because I haven't turned on wrap text. If I turn on wrap text, you can see that each item is on a separate line with no blanks in between. I don't actually have to turn wrap text on. The new line delimiter is there. It's just not shown because wrap text is not on. But let's turn wrap text on and then copy that formula down to row 11. And we now have exactly what we need. The only other thing I'll do is align each cell to the top. So click the align top button And now you can see that all the data in each cell is aligned to the top of that cell. What will be a use case for this? Well, the obvious one to me is using this as the source of a mail merge, where you need the name and address at the top of a letter, or you need to create address labels. So let's go on to the next demo. I've gone to TEXTJOIN 4. In this example, I have a list of names and postcodes, and I need to create a tab-delimited list. So a list where each item is separated by a tab character. Now I need to do this because the data needs to be uploaded to a database, and that only accepts tab-delimited data. And with this one, I do want to include empty cells, because if I don't, I'll get the wrong number of tabs, and when my data's uploaded to the database, it won't match the database headings. So in F2, I'll put equals TEXTJOIN, open brackets. The delimiter is CHAR, open brackets, 9, close brackets. That is the code for a tab. I do want to include empty cells, so that's false. And I want to join together A, B, C, and D. Again, like the new line, you don't see the actual tab character, but it is there. Copy the formula down. And what I'll do now is I'll just copy all of those formulas. I'll bring across a text editor and just paste what I've just copied into there, and you can now see the tab characters are there. In the final demo, I'm going to use multiple delimiters. So here I want to combine the values from columns A to E, but I want a space between first name, middle name and surname, and I want a comma between surname and county, and a comma between county and postcode. So I'm using 2 different delimiters. To do this, I'm going to create a formula with 2 text joins. So the first one will be TEXTJOIN, and this will be using the space as the delimiter. So double quote, space, double quote, comma. I want to ignore empty cells. I know there aren't any, but there could be in the future. So true. And I want to combine together A, B, and C. To get the comma between the surname and the county, I'll use an ampersand and then double quote, comma, space, double quote. And that is joining the result of the first text join to a comma, space. Then another ampersand, and then another text join. And this time the delimiter is going to be comma, space. Again, I want to ignore empty cells, and I want to combine together D and E. Enter that. Check that's right. Yeah, the name has spaces between each item, then there's a comma, and then the county and postcode have commas between each item. And copy that down. Well, I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like more Excel tips and tricks, check out my website at theexceltrainer.co.uk. As always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video, but until then, have an excellent day.